Hey, what's going on, guys? Sean Mathis here, CEO and founder of Surefire Digital Media. Listen, if you found yourself on this page, chances are pretty good that you're an insurance agent and you're looking for new ways to aggressively grow your new business. And you've probably been down this road before. You've probably purchased internet leads or done some sort of marketing venture that yielded zero. Bad leads, time after time. Listen, I've worked with over 1,500 agents over the last 5 years, and I've heard the same narrative replayed time and time again. I talk to at least 150 agents every single month, and the story is the same. They've tried every internet lead provider out there. They can't seem to get results. The leads are bad. They don't pick up. They're wasting countless man hours training team members, chasing leads that are dead ends, and you're beating your head against the wall. And the problem is only compounded because now, on top of all of that, the carriers are reducing renewal commissions and they're incentivizing you to aggressively grow your new business. Why? Because the bottom line at the corporate level is hurt by agents who are not producing enough new business. And so now they are really depending on their agency force to drive new business, and they're heavily incentivizing you to do so. The problem is they're not giving you any new tools to do it. You're still left with the same tired old strategies that haven't worked for the last 10 years. Listen, the last new thing that happened in the insurance lead space was when the internet lead came out in the early 2000s. And listen, those were great 10, 15 years ago, but everything's changed since then, right? With social media, you got video marketing with YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram, and there's all these things like remarketing and pixels and retargeting, and all this technology has changed, yet the insurance industry is lagging behind when it comes to technology, and the agents are not only restricted by compliance, but now your commissions are being reduced, and you're just beating your head against the wall trying to figure out what you're going to do. Listen, I've worked with some of the top producing teams in the country, and I can tell you the guys that have the 10, 15, $20 million books of business, if you talk to any of them, it doesn't matter what company, they got there through internet leads and digital marketing. I've talked with agents from the same company, in the same market, both buying leads from the same provider. One of them says the leads are crap, and the other one spends $5,000 to $10,000 a month on them. There's only one reason internet lead companies are in business, guys, and it's because people are closing the leads and they keep buying them. And not just a few of them. I'm talking agents are spending hundreds of dollars a day on internet leads. In fact, 86% of insurance agents buy leads every single year, yet only 5% of them ever indicate that they're satisfied. That means 95% of you are buying internet leads that you're not satisfied with the results, but guess what? You don't have any other option, right? So you do it. Now, we do provide some of the best exclusive leads on the market, and I will put our marketing strategies up against anybody. But what I've created and what I want to talk to you about is the sales and marketing side of things, the automation piece. When I look at the top producing teams that are closing hundreds of applications, hundreds of policies a month, and you look at how they're doing it on internet leads, what's different between them and the average agent that has maybe $3 to $5 million book and maybe 3 to 5 team members? What is the difference? The obvious difference is the size of the team, right? You've got the top producing teams have 10, 15 salespeople, sometimes even more than that, right? And when you look at the obvious difference of the size, but the next difference is going to be their sales and follow-up process. They have a process first and foremost. Most agents that I talk to, they have no process. If I were to ask you, what happens when you get a lead? Tell me what the sales and follow-up process looks like. Most agents don't have any clearly defined systematic or automatic way in which they handle a lead. They all handle them differently. Each team member within the office will handle them differently. They will call them really at a whim when they have time, but there's no systematic way that they follow up with the leads, and that is a big problem. So what I've done over the last 6 months is, because of technology, I've been able to take what the top producing teams in the country are doing, the relentless follow-up. When you look at these guys with 10 to 15 salespeople, you ask them how many calls a day their team is making, and their team is placing between 80 and 100 calls a day, each one of them. That is an enormous amount of follow-up. Right? You're talking about 500 to 1,000 follow-ups every single day from these teams. So it's this relentless, inescapable follow-up that these huge teams have to produce the kind of new business that you're hoping to achieve. The problem is you don't have the staff to do it. But because of technology, I've been able to take that same process and I've been able to automate that completely with the system called Lead Genie. So what we've done is we've taken that relentless follow-up, that automated process, and put it into a system that works with any lead provider. It even works with old leads that you've purchased years ago, your old database. We can turn that database into a cash cow, producing brand new business revenue for your agency without ever even placing a phone call. Our average agent on this system is getting 9 call-ins a day to their office from their existing database, not to mention the new leads that they're generating or that we're generating for them. The great news is that this system can plug and play with any lead source that you currently have. So if you have a cost share deal, if you've got a database that you aren't marketing to, it works perfectly for that. Case in point, I had an Allstate agent from Miami sign up 6 days ago. He dropped 1,000 contacts that he purchased from 2013 to 2014. Guys, these are really old leads. We put them into the system and we systematically followed up with them via email, via text, and we build the entire system front to back. And we dropped him into this system, creating sales opportunities that he was able to follow up with, and he's able to know every single thing that is happening with that customer throughout this journey. And what I want to show you on this page is a live demonstration of how this system works. It's got several different pipelines that you're able to work, win-backs, old database leads, and new leads. You're able to put them all into the system, and the system will start working its magic. It really is. We put all of the emails together, all of the automations, all the triggers. It even comes with a customized website that we drive the traffic to, and you're notified of every sales opportunity. You're notified every time that somebody opens an email. You're notified every time somebody goes to your website. You're notified every page that they visit, and a series of automatic follow-ups is triggered with each one of these actions that takes place. When you look at today and the way that technology has evolved, guys, when somebody shows interest or searches anything about insurance, everybody starts targeting them. They start being followed around on social media. Their listening sessions on Pandora are interrupted. Their YouTube views are interrupted with ads. They're followed on Facebook. It hits them in Gmail. It shows up on banner ads everywhere they go. There's relentless retargeting out there. And you simply cannot compete with that if your only way to follow up with a lead is manual phone calls and manual emails. It's simply not going to happen. So what we do is, again, we automate that entire process. All you have to do is pick up the phone and follow up on the sales opportunities that we trigger out of this automatic follow-up system. We're able to send out thousands of follow-ups via email, via text, every single day. So you're able to get what once took a team of 5 or 10 people to produce. You're able to get that same follow-up level. You're able to get that same number of contacts without hiring a single staff member. Without hiring anybody, you're able to get thousands of follow-ups a day. And that's what it takes in this business. It's all about numbers. If you really think about it, it's a numbers game. You got to get it in front of enough people and have enough conversations in order to get enough quotes out and sell enough business. Bottom line, it's no more difficult than that. Now, obviously, yes, there are better lead providers than others, and that just means that there's less follow-up needed with the better leads, right? But they're all going to need follow-up. People are busy. People screen calls, right? Some of you aren't even allowed to text. And that's where our system comes in, because we're not bound by compliance, and we're not breaking any compliance rules, because this is part of our marketing that we're doing on your behalf, and we're nurturing this lead for you all the way through the process until they show that they're interested, until that person asks for a quote, until they book an appointment with your office. Until they call in, we track everything. We've got a call tracking system that anytime somebody calls off of one of our marketing messages, it sends the call and it tells you, this is a lead calling from Surefire Digital Media. Press 1 to accept. So you've got the trackability to know where every lead is coming from, what action they've taken, whether they've requested a quote, whether they're looking at life insurance, business insurance, auto insurance. You're able to generate hundreds of sales opportunities a month with even the smallest of database. So I want you to click the link, and I want you to take a quick 15, 20 minutes of this demo and watch how this system works. I'm going to show you some live sites with actual agents in their database. I'm going to show you exactly how it's working. I'm going to show you exactly how many sales opportunities they're getting from these systematic follow-ups on Autopilot. 9 call-ins a day is the average. 9 call-ins a day is the average number of call-ins from our marketing system. Listen, if you don't want to be that guy that sits there and pounds the phones all day long, making cold call after cold call, following up with people 5 or 10 times a day to get them on the phone, if you don't want to be that guy, then you got to have a system that will do it for you on Autopilot. And that's the beauty of our system, is we get that follow-up, but we're not doing it in a slimy sleazeball kind of way that's going to aggravate and annoy people. We do it in a way that reaches consumers where they want, via mobile, via email, via text. And we do what's called a disruptive marketing, where we get in front of the right person at the right time, which produces the right result, which is ultimately somebody who's interested. No more wasting time on long call nights, randomly calling leads, hoping that they're interested. You're able to drop the database into our system, and we will nurture that lead and notify your team the moment that that person shows that they're ready. The moment that they take action and ask for a quote, you're then notified. But you're not sitting there banging out phone calls. We're doing the follow-up for you. It's all done on Autopilot. I want to show you the demo. Click the link and let's see what's on the other end.